Hiya, how's it going? I'm going to talk you through some basic punch needle skills here using the kit that you would have got in the post from me. So I'm just going to talk you through what you got in the kit. So first of all, you would have received this. This is the plastic embroidery hoop, okay? You would have got some monk's cloth, a basic design, your punch needle, your threader, and some wool. Okay, so first of all, the first thing you need to do is you need to load up your embroidery hoop with fabric. So you can separate these two hoops by loosening the top and taking the insert out like this. Okay, and on a flat surface, a table, put the one with the screw flat down and just pop your fabric over the top and then insert this hoop here. Just give it a little push, you'll hear it clicking in. Then just tighten the top here really tight. Also, a good idea to do is tighten the fabric all around, because you want this fabric to be really tight. You don't want it really loose or your stitches won't take. So if you just tug on it all around here like this, okay, and then tighten the screw at the top. You can see the hoop closing in. So you're ready now, your hoop is loaded, and then you just have to draw your design. Now I provided you with a very basic design. You don't have to use this, you can draw your own design if you want. And to draw this on, you just put it up maybe to a window or somewhere, you know, with light. Put your design behind, and you can just using a black marker trace the design onto the fabric. So I've already done this part, so I have my design. And the next part is to load up your needle. So here's your adjustable punch needle. Now I always put mine on D. You've got different settings on this. It's A, B, C or D, and you can, just by moving it along here, there's a spring on the inside. If you push down and slot them into different letters, that's how you change your stitch. As I said, I always use D because I really like the flat stitch, which is this stitch here. You know, it's flat, and if you just turn it around at the back, you can see it's a much longer stitch. Now you might prefer that on your piece that you do, and to achieve that look, you just punch from the outside in. Okay, so I'll show you that when I'm doing the punch needling, but I always use the D. And if you want a longer stitch, you can see if I go up to A, the needle is longer, and that's going to give you a longer loop if you want to go for that kind of design. So we'll just put it on D for the moment, and I'm going to thread it. So using your threader. Now these come with a threader in the packet. You probably saw that when you opened it. And I'm not a huge fan of those threaders. I don't think they're very good. So this is the one I made, and I use this one all the time. So to use this, okay, you just the top part of the needle, you thread the wire into it. So just push it down the barrel of the needle like this. Okay, and until you have a loop at the end there, you see you have a loop, and you just put your wool through that loop. Okay, just pull it through. And then you just gently tug on the disc, and your wool should come up through the needle. And just put your threader down. And then it's really important here that there's a little hole on your needle here, and you need to pull the wool through there. And always leave like a little tail, about 1 inch long, okay? Now this is the fun part. We start punching. Always have a scissors by your side as well, because you're going to be cutting your wool. So I'm just going to start on this black line here. So when you start punching, make sure the needle is pointing this way. The scooped out part of the needle is pointing towards you. Okay, so if you see that the scooped out part of the needle is pointing towards me, and I just start off by punching, following along the black line. So if you just push your needle down as far as it can go, gently come up and skip over to the next one. Okay. If I'm doing a pattern, I always work from the outside and work my way in. So you can see, just going along. make sure you push the needle down to as far as it can go, because you're literally just dropping the stitch. And if you look underneath, you can see they're quite long little stitches there. So you're just going along. Really important, okay, with punch needle. And I get the same people ask me the same question, is they're just making holes in the fabric and there's no stitch. You have to keep this slack all the time. If this is tight in any way, your stitch won't take. You're literally just making holes in the fabric. So if you're doing that, most of the reason that's happening is this is not slack. So you always make sure that, so you have to watch your stitch, and you always have to be conscious that you've got lots of wool here. So you just keep going along like this. Now, pushing down. I would just work all around the outside and then just eventually cover it in. Like it's like colouring in with wool, really. So if you want to change your colour of your wool, you just take your wool out, cut it, and you just pull the thread out. Just pull your wool out like this and reload a new colour. For these little tails here, you just snip them with your scissors. This one's already quite short, and you just push it using your needle. Just push it back in there and pull it through the other end with your hand. You can see that's it there. Okay. If you make a mistake, or if you're not happy with the stitch that you've done, you can just pull it out and using your needle just close over those holes, and you can just start again. So that's basically it. If you wanted to do, I'll just rethread it here and show you if you want to use a different stitch. So if you want a kind of long stitch on your design, so I'll just thread the needle first and I'll show you what I mean. So for example, as I was saying to you earlier on, I like the kind of short stitch on setting D. But if you want to go for, okay, let's go to B. You can see the needle just gets longer there, so you're going to have a longer stitch. And for this, I would work from the back in, and you can still see your design from the back. So this is going to be like a tight stitch at the back end. And for your front part, or where you want to show off your design, which I'll turn around, see you've got a longer stitch. Now some people like that. If you go for a longer stitch here, shorter stitch here, or an even longer stitch here, you can do that as well. So that's where your adjustable part comes in. The adjustable part is a needle. As I said before, I prefer using D. But that's the basics. And again, if you make a mistake, I've just taken that thread out. You just close it over with your needle like that, and you can start from scratch. Sometimes if you've finished your design, you can leave it in the hoop and just tie a little ribbon on it, and you can hang it up in your house. Sometimes you can wrap wool around the plastic part if you want to hide that, or you could take it out and sew it to a cushion, or there's loads of different things you can do with it, but this is just the basics. And once I think you can get the technique of punch needling, there's lots of templates on Pinterest, and you can get different designs, and then you could just try maybe try do the seagrass baskets. You could sew this to a cushion after you've done your design. So there's loads of things you can do. I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions for me, I've cut my head off of this video, but I just was conscious I wanted to show you the actual punch needle. You don't want to be looking at me. So yeah, if you have any questions, please DM me on Instagram. Thank you for watching. Bye.